Hey, did you know you can go to colinmullen.com in order to get art and art prints? You can get the originals there. You can get prints there. It's why I made the website. And also, you can subscribe to this YouTube channel in order to get more art videos in your feed, which is cool. So hey everybody, last week I showed off this painting, and it made me realize that a lot of people have been asking about how composition works. It's not the best painting I've ever done, but I feel like it does a lot of things right as far as composition goes, and so let's go ahead and talk about that. Let's go ahead and talk about composition in general, and hopefully this video is helpful to you guys. If it is, let me know. If it's not, let me know. Principally, people talk about composition at the most basic level as talking about symmetric and asymmetric art. Asymmetric, obviously, being art that weighs heavily on one side and not the other, or symmetrical, where the amount of weight on the painting is even. When I say weight, we're talking about a lot of different factors. Large, important things on one side and not the other could lead to an asymmetric painting. Different colors you use. Brighter colors lead your eyes more to them, as well as more vivid colors rather than saturated ones. Additionally, faces, or things that look like faces, usually attract a lot of attention. Additionally, we like to focus on things that are closer to us rather than further away from us, and warmer things rather than cooler things. I've talked about warm colors, cold colors, and a lot of different stuff about colors in the color theory video I did a while back. I'll go ahead and link up to that in the top corner. You should probably go watch that as well. A lot of this makes sense when you think about atmospheric perspective and how things that are further away from you appear more blue because of the way that hydrogen molecules work. I'm not a scientist. I'm not gonna explain that, but that just further away things are, the more blue they become, the less detailed they become because your eyes can't see that far. And so these are things that are important to us. Seeing things up close to us that are more vivid are more pertinent to the human eye. You can use these effects in order to draw the attention of the person to wherever you want. Here, I'm going to use abstract pieces sort of traced over real pieces and then show you the real piece, and that way you can kind of see what I'm talking about and see how the artist has actually used all of these elements: color, lighting, faces, all of that kind of stuff in order to bring the attention to where they would like. Let's start with this example. This circle is kind of dull. There's not a lot going on this piece, and there's really not much to talk about here. If we add a few more circles, maybe it gets a little bit more interesting. And if we add this triangle thing, then it can be even more interesting, I guess. But it's only by placing them in ways that allow you to focus in on what you really should be focusing in on, by drawing your eye to where you want, that you can really get to the image that you want to have, the design that you want to have, and guide the viewer's eyes to where you want it to be. This example, obviously, after we, take away the abstraction, is the painting, The Calling of St. Matthew by Caravaggio. But you can see how by using the lighting and the faces and the gestures of everyone in this image, everything draws you to who historians believe is Matthew. This is something that I'll do in pretty much every painting that I have. You'll notice it, that there'll be lines that point towards the thing that I want you to notice, or there'll be nothing really that's in focus, so everything sort of just meanders around the painting because I want you to visit that area. If I do a painting of a video game and I feel like I want to bring more attention to a specific spot, I will intentionally reduce the saturation or reduce the color on some areas and increase it in others. I feel like this is all well and good to point out, but it doesn't really help you in necessarily knowing what to do for your pieces. So here's an example. Let's say you're an artist and you have this chronic no background problem. In the next piece that you do, try and figure out where you want the attention of the person who's looking at it to be, and then construct some sort of thing, a line, perhaps a shift in color in the background that focuses the reader's or the viewer's attention to a certain spot. It can be as simple as a line that just draws you to a spot, or you can do something more dynamic, like a fold in the cloth in the background or the light coming in through a window that allows you to see a certain part of the image and draws more attention to that specific spot. Use drastic color shifts or drastic contrast shifts. Have the background be more muddled and gray and less interesting, and have the things that you want to have us pay attention to be more vibrant and bright and interesting. You could even go lighter colors to be the important things and darker colors to be the bits that we don't care about. These are all things that you can do to manipulate how the person who's looking at the piece looks at the piece. Has been mostly talking about how the dynamics of emphasis and balance work in art. There's also important elements of composition regarding rhythm, where you have a similar pattern repeating across a page. To some artists, movement is super important. The idea that you can tell that things are happening based on the strength of your brushstrokes and the dynamism of the actions that are happening on the page. That's not something I really do because that's not my style, but that is a intentional choice in what I do. I feel like backgrounds need to be their own video, but a lot of this can be solved in the right now. You're listening to this and you're hyped up. You're like, I want to try some of this stuff. Literally just try and draw some circles and some triangles and then fill in those circles and triangles with things. Make the triangles point towards whatever is important. Make the circles line up so they're in a line towards what's important, and just go for it from there. Hopefully this video has been helpful for you. Hopefully you can learn something based on your own experimentation. Maybe go look at some art by famous artists and keep these elements that I've reminded you of in mind. Thank you for watching. I'm going to thank the people on Patreon at the $5 tier or more. They are the people who are making this channel happen. Patreon.com/RevScarecrow. It'll be there. You can click on it. You get a bunch of other perks, but in addition, you do get your name in the end credits here if you subscribe at the $5 tier or more. That's what the following people did. Starting with Wapfu. Thank you, Wapfu. Thank you, Top Houndor. Thank you, Tina Kill. Thank you, Targo. Thank you, Spencer Kane. Thank you, Orthogonal Caster. Thank you, Mortibus. Thank you, Micah. Thank you, Maliciousness. Thank you, Lost Nevada. Thank you, Kayla Hollinger. Thank you, Katana Squirrel. Thank you, James at Games. Thank you, Gala. Thank you, Duxu. Thank you, Dragon. Thank you, Demetrius Gazgalas. Thank you, Chiptune Glitch. Thank you, Bubba Fair. Thank you, Bep. Thank you, Andy. Thank you, Amber. And thank you, Ants! Hopefully this video was helpful for you guys. If it was, let me know. If it wasn't, let me know. And either way, go and subscribe, and that way you'll see the next one in your inbox. I'll see you guys later.